Okay. This is where 3rd Street begins, literally. There's no 3rd Street on this side of the block. It just goes from 1st to 3rd. And this block here is like a pie because there's no 2nd Street between 1st and 3rd. Okay? And so the city's flood wall will go from here through Hubbard Ice. I'm trying to figure that out. Still trying to figure that out. Okay, so we have all the way through. I'm sure that this is their plan. Preferred plan. Okay, so the preferred plan will take people's homes that rebuilt, who understand the risk of living by the river, who do not have their handout for 10 years of your tax or their flood protection. These people do not have their handout. They hope that you do not vote in favor of this flood protection plan that the city prefers to go forward with, because if you do, the city plans to take their house. I'm on Penn Avenue, or 1st Street runs into Penn Avenue, I should say, and these people understand the risk of living by the river, and they do not want your tax money. They're asking you to vote no. They do not want your tax money. They do not have their handout. People over here do, but these people do not. These people do not want you to pay for their flood protection, but that guy does. If you get rid of them, he'll have riverfront property. They are not asking for your money. Preferred plan would prefer to wipe that side of the block totally out and save this side. In the preferred plan, the levee will end Ellis Boulevard to cut through to Edgewood. You won't be able to do it any longer. Because the levee cuts across the street, and I'm trying to understand that as well. I mean, why would you extend 6th Street just so you can cut the street off at the end? I mean, that just doesn't seem very logical to me. Especially since a lot of people use this road to get to the boat harbor and to get, you know, just to get across town. So the city's preferred plan will end Ellis Boulevard around right here, forever. I mean, it's done. There's a levee across the street, so you can't get through to Ellis or Edgewood anymore. And then their wall will just be like right here. I mean, it'll just be their flood wall. There won't be any houses, because the city wants to take these people's houses and put up the flood protection for everybody over here. Now, I can understand that if it were recommended by the Army Corps of Engineers, but they have nothing to do with property acquisition. Not one thing. This is where Ann Poe grew up, and this is the rest of the block. urging people to vote no. They don't have their hand out for your tax money to protect them. And, you know, this guy does, but these people don't. The Citizens Flood Plan would protect every single property that wanted to be protected. It would be a choice. It wouldn't be forced. If you felt like your house was in danger of being flooded, you could slap up your flood walls. Not that it would help because it would come through the sewer, but might keep your water in. Wouldn't that be odd if all the houses were full of water and the streets were dry? That won't happen though because it's also the storm sewers. So everything would be full. So until we get the sewers fixed, it's really pointless, mute, ridiculous to put flood walls up on either side of the river. And I speak about this as I remember Bill's brothers being underwater before the water ever poured out of the banks. Please, 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 I urge people to think about this. Do not commit to 10 years of another tax because it's not going to be used in the way that we thought it was going to be used. And, you know, they haven't used it the way they said they were going to use it now. If they would have, all of these houses would either been rebuilt or paid for with the local option sales tax, but they weren't. When you got houses sitting around and people are willing to rebuild, but local option sales tax won't help them, then it has not fulfilled the ballot language. Yet, let's go tear down Public Works and build a brand new one. That's fiscally responsible.